Beautiful people, welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for joining today. Hope you are doing well, guys. So I want to bring an opportunity to everyone. If you are new following my channel, my name is Milton, and remember that I said, and this is fact, admissions in France is open, and if you're an international student looking for affordable programs to study in Europe, then this is the time for you to look at France. And there are a few things I want to mention here in this video, and the very first one is that if you want to move to France, know that there are two institutions you are going to be applying to. The very first one is through the university site. The second one is through Campus France or Institut Français. Sorry, not Institut Français, but Campus France. Then there are other sites you can follow to apply. One is Etudes de France, which I'm going to be talking about a lot of videos in the days ahead. If you want to study bachelor's programs in France, you should understand that France is quite affordable, and there are some schools that will teach you in English language and others will teach you at master's level in English language as well. So if you really want to study abroad come next year at a cheaper rate, know that France is the place for you. Now let's take the first option. If you are looking at BSc levels in France, know that some schools in France will charge you 170 euros, okay, per semester for a bachelor's programs, while others will charge you 243 euros for master's programs, and others will charge you 370 to 380 euros for master's programs in France. Other schools will charge you 2,770 euros for bachelor's programs in France, while others will charge you 3,770 euros for master's programs in France. So this is how French education is. And remember, in France, there is what they call L1, L2, and L3 studies, which I'm going to talk about in other videos. And again, remember that there is Masters 1, Masters 2 in France. Okay, so if you are looking for affordable universities, then I'm going to just drop a random some orders to you in a random order, and in other videos I'm going to be splitting them, like bringing specific universities and explaining more about the tuition fee, the requirements, the programs available, and when you can apply till what date to what date. And as of now, as I'm talking to you, these universities are actually open and accepting application for international students in France. Now what you need to do now is to go to the university site, check the last date to apply, check the requirements, check if you are going through Campus France or not, then you drop your application. The first university I want to talk about is University de Montpellier, and University de Montpellier is located in south of France, in the south of France. And with this university, it is quite affordable, and you can pay 3,770 euros for master's programs. Okay, then the other school is called Université de Marseille, and with University of Marseille you have to pay at least 3,770 euros for master's programs in France. So all these schools, they don't charge the same. Some don't have English programs at bachelor's level, while others have at master's level. Some have at both levels. So I'm going to be explaining all of this to you in subsequent videos. Then the other school you should be looking at is Université de Bourgogne-Dijon. The school is found in Dijon. Then the other school is Université d'Orléans. This is a University of Orleans. Then you have Université de Lyon, University of Lyon. Then you have University de Lille, which is University of Lille. And University of Lille will also charge you 3,770 euros for MSc programs. Okay, then 2,270 euros for BSc programs. Then you also have Université de Paris-Saclay. And I want to draw your attention to something. With University of Paris-Saclay, this is one of the affordable, like very cheap institutions you are going to locate in France. And with this school, you can apply using Campus France. And when you apply through Campus France, remember you need to have an account. It takes maximum, if your application is accepted, maximum you are going to get an offer letter after 1 week. This is no joke. This is something people have gotten it, but it now depends on you and what you are looking at what you want to apply to. And remember, one fascinating fact about University of Paris-Saclay is that bachelor's programs are 170 euros. That's equivalent to like 100 euros is like 65,000. 70 euros should be like maybe 30,000. That's like 85,000 CFA francs. You are studying per semester in France. All you need to do after admission is to get your documents for visa application and you are good to go. Then at the same Université de Paris-Saclay, you are going to be paying at least 243 euros for master's degree program. So you see, it's not really difficult and hard to study in France. It's just for you to do more research and check what are the things that you need. And of course, when you get admissions, you apply for visa. Another school you should check is Université de Clermont-Ferrand, and you also have Université de Strasbourg, University of Strasbourg, and of course Université de Grenoble. There are a lot of other schools I will be talking about, but for now, let's take this and utilize it. And remember, I said admissions is open in France. And for those other schools that I said that, you are going to be paying 2,770 euros for bachelor's programs and 3,770 euros for masters. There is something called exoneration partielle. This info or this thing is more or less like a scholarship, and most schools in France will give you this in order to break down or shorten your tuition fee. All right, like most of these schools that will ask you 2,770 euros and 3,770 euros, most of them will give you this exoneration partielle, which is in a form of a scholarship to shorten your tuition fee so that you don't pay too much money. And after you getting your offer or you've gotten your offer, you can now apply for what is called a study visa to France, which I'm still going to talk about that. So guys, if you didn't know, there are 3 countries in Europe that if you have a lot of money, these countries would be very easy for you to enter. The first country is the Netherlands, and the second country is Switzerland. The third country, who can guess the next country? Well, let me explain to you. The third country is Norway. Now, literally, if you have money and you are looking to immigrate to Europe, I will advise you to choose these countries using the education pathway. The reason is because if you use the education pathway, you may not be using any interview. You may not go through any interview. First of all, remember, you must be physically fit. What I mean by physically fit here, you must have cash physically. Now, what do I mean by cash physically? For Norway, you need to have at least 15,000 US dollars in your bank account. The money must be present physically, because at the end of the day, you would be asked to put this money in a blocked account. There are a lot of videos on my YouTube channel. You can check from there. Then the second country is Switzerland. Switzerland wants you to put money in a bank that is located in Switzerland, or if you have the money in your account, the school might tell you or give you a bank to put the money inside, or you get the money in a Swiss, let me say something like investment in Switzerland, or you put the money in a bank that relates to the FINAPS groups. All right, there is a group of banks that are called FINAP members. Thus, the banks are found in members of the FINAPS group, something like that. All right, you can read more about that. When you have your money in such a bank, and I think the only thing you need to fight to get is what is called your letter of explanation why you want to study in Switzerland and all of that. Then for the Netherlands, it is the school that is going to give you the banking details to put your money inside. And of course, remember, you're putting the money together with your tuition fee, your living costs, everything in that account, and you need like maybe 17,000 euros. That's why I said you must be physically fit, like financially fit. All right, you must have a lot of money, and the school will give you the details. You block the money, then after that they will deduct their tuition fee and leave the balance for you. You only have access to this money when you move to these countries. Now, somehow for Norway and Netherlands, they are almost the same, but for Switzerland, there may be a slight difference. But understand that there is no visa interview for Norway, and definitely there is no interview for the Netherlands. There might be an interview for Switzerland somehow, but If you have money, you are moving. All right. So these are the countries you should check if you have a lot of money. So that's something you should put into consideration. It's very, very important. Don't forget this. It is very important because a lot of people will be like, Milton, which one is cheap? There is nothing like which one is cheap. So note this down.